there, Daisy here.
Let's get started. So I'm using cotton yarn and acrylic yarn, and they both are 3 weight, and they recommend 4.5 millimeters crochet hooks. But I will use one size smaller, 3.5, so I have tighter stitches. And we will start with a gray color, and the black we'll use for decorations. All right, so let's get started here. And I'm using a stitch marker, which is just a thread of yarn that's not easily separable here. So it's more like a ribbon. All right, so this time we'll skip the magic ring. We'll do just chain. And we'll do a little slip knot here. And this is just, you do a loop, and through the loop you put your end but halfway through the loop, and you can tighten it. And then when you pull any side, it could be this side, it could be this side, it really doesn't matter, you will tighten your loop. So we'll tighten it on our hook, and then we'll chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we'll go back into that first chain we made, and then we'll slip stitch through there. So we'll just yarn over, pull through that loop, and then keep pulling through your last chain, and then we'll chain 1 here, and then into our loop that we did, like the little ring we did, we will go inside and we'll do 6 single crochets. So we're not gonna count the first one, and then we'll go inside and over our tail, because we want to hide it and not weave it in later, we will go over it and do 6 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1 more, 6. Okay, so here is where we're going to put our stitch marker, so we know where is the beginning of our row. Okay, and we put it loosely in the middle, and now we can keep going with the next stitch. So then our next round, in each stitch, in each V, we will put 2 double crochets for a total of 12. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 into this one, 7, 8 into that stitch, 9, 10 into the next one, and then we have 11, 12, 11, 12, and we are back to our stitch where we have our stitch marker. Okay, so into that stitch marker now we will get that end, and we will put it behind our hook but going towards the back. So we still haven't lost our beginning of the previous round, and now we are marking the beginning of the next round, which is really helpful if you want to keep track of your loops or how many rows you made. And then you're just gonna count those little loops from the front and from the back, and then you'll know. So we go back into that first stitch, and now we will have 1 single crochet, and into the next stitch we're gonna increase. And so we will increase every other stitch. So we do in this one 1 single crochet, into the next stitch we do 2 single crochets, and that's how we increased. Then we do 1 again and increase into the next one. 1 single crochet into the next stitch, and into that next one we do 2. and I'll be back when I'm done with this round. So here I am back into my first loop again, and you can see from my stitch marker that's where it is. So now into the back loop of all those stitches we will put only one single crochet, and now we're going to start building the tube. So into the back loop we can put our marker. So you pick a marker from the back, put it under the hook, and now you know where is your new round. So there we go. Now we can just do single crochets for about 2 inches. Okay, so I'll be back to show you how I'm going to put my stitch marker in the new round. So here I am back, and I'm here again at the beginning of that stitch marker and to that stitch over here. And I will get my end again and I'll put it behind the hook so I can mark my stitch. Now we will go into each stitch, into the both loops again, just doing single crochets. Just like that, just single crochets into each stitch. We are not increasing anymore. And we will go like this for about 2 inches. So if you have a tighter tension, you will probably have more rows, or if you want it for a kid's hand, you will probably make it shorter, so you can customize this pattern for your size. And this is how we go about it. So we just keep going and keep going. So here I'm back again. I'm ready for my next color to make one stripe. So I'm getting my black color. I'm making again the slip knot here. Tighten it just enough. And then I'm going to go into that first stitch again. I'll grab my black color. I'll pull it through. I'll remove the gray out of my way. I'll grab my black, pull it through, and now I'm going to switch to the black color. So I'm going to tighten my stitch of the new color, and then I'm going to go through both of them, through both of the loops on my hook. And now I will leave my gray to be in the back so it can wait for the next rounds, but the black I will carry inside my stitches so I don't have to weave in the ends, and I'll do one round only. I made a total of 10 rounds. We'll count them starting from that pink loop, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we keep making just one round over here. So here I am at the last stitch. I will go into that last gray. I will grab my black, but instead of finishing my stitch with the black color, I will switch to the gray. And we're still going to keep the black color in there because we're going to do one more round with it. So continue with your gray color now, and again go into each stitch. So here I am at the beginning again, and this time I'll switch to my black color. I will let the gray one go, and I will even cut it off at this point. I will do my finishing row with the black color, and that will be it. So here I'll go back at the first stitch. I will grab my black, and instead of doing single crochets, I will do just slip stitches. So I will just slip it through that first stitch I had on the hook, and I will carry my gray color again in the stitches so I don't have to weave it in. All right, and then we go into the next stitch, and we grab again the black, and we pull it through the stitch that was waiting on the hook, and we do that again. We go under the stitch, and we grab and we pull through. Insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, and pull through. So here at the beginning, we'll cut our yarn. We'll pull our marker. We don't need it anymore. So there it is. I pulled through my stitch already. To make it invisible, I will go under that previous stitch, under it. I'll pull my yarn through it. Then through the middle of that stitch that we started originally from, I will get a thinner hook so I can go into that middle of the stitch. So going into the middle of that stitch, we'll grab our tail, pull through it, we'll tighten it a bit so it just has the shape of the rest of the loops, so it looks the same. And then that's it. So we'll insert our hook through the back so we can pull the tail inside. All right, there. Find the little loop, go through it, chain for security, chain one more for security. So you can make it really tight so it doesn't come off easily. Pull through a few stitches so it doesn't show through the front, and then you can just snip the end. All right, so here is our lightsaber. So let's decorate it now. All right, so I have a little piece of felt which I cut, and or you can use some red yarn or black yarn to make the button for the lightsaber, and I'll just sew it, or you can use hot glue gun to do it. I'll go under my button, or you can use a real button and just sew it there. Okay, and you just go around with the blanket stitch. You grab a little bit from under the felt, you wrap around your needle, and you go counterclockwise. You go under the felt, you wrap one time around your needle, pull through, and you just go in the circle. So I'll go here I'll go gently in the back. I'll make a knot. And that will be all for this step. All right, so that's it. Let's grab our ice pops.